Much love. Hey, hey, hey. Foot soldier / curse breaker is here. Have no fear. Standing with my brothers and sisters. Honor thy brother. Honor thy sister. Honor thy ancestors. Honor those reachers and teachers that's out there lifting up those spirits, the real, genuine, and they know who they are, as well as the fake ones know who they are. But we're not going to focus on that. And I always got to call down that protection for ourselves, from ourselves, so we don't become our own worst enemy. And if you listen to the sound of my voice, and you're listening to the sound of other real, like-minded brothers and sisters out there, reachers and teachers, I know you a powerful brother and a powerful sister, because you're seeking righteousness and you ain't for the bull. Because, they didn't make us, so they can't break us. And we all know who they are. And I want to change the narrative. We're going to stop saying powers that be, because they have no power. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's stop saying that, because to me, that's giving them energy. No, they're the weakest that be. Like I've said in my book, Unlocking the Vault, they only have money, illusions, and deceptions. And when we are wide awake, we see that. So it's the weakest that be. They have no power. Stop giving this fucking devil power. No, we have the power. The true heroes are born and spawned from Kemet, which is now Egypt. And I could go a little deeper into that, but I don't want to go into it because I actually got that wrote down. And one thing we have to do, ladies and gentlemen, we give out our information. We teach our information, but we keep ourselves balanced. Like I've said this before, we can't get to a point where we think we know everything. I say that a lot because I think that's vital. I kind of teach myself that because it keeps me from, getting on a high horse. Because again, I honor thy brother. I honor thy sister. I honor thy teacher. And something I forgot at the beginning of this, that's something I always do. I give honor to my dad. May he rest in peace and in power. And I give honor to my mom, was she still alive and vibrant. And my great creator, Mother Nature, the universe, watch over her, as well as all our mothers. Because they are the true goddesses. They are the creators of the world. So I give my sisters that power and salute, because you rule everything. You are the key to it all. So, because I know, some of our sisters, have challenges, but I still salute you, because when you're self-aware, you're educated, and you overstand, we begin to know why some of our sisters are the way they are. But like I always say, we all have choices, so make the right one. So I just wanted to say that. And I also honor all of our families. I always say this because it's that energy. I got to get it out there. And may our families be prosperous and conquer our challenges. And we all of us, even the ones that ain't quite made it there, I got to give that energy to them too. I'm not going to just put them off to the side. May all of our families, that everything we touch turn to gold. Now, let's get back to the title. They didn't make us, ladies and gentlemen, so they can't break us. The weakest that be. And if we know what is, and we know what is, and we know what was, and we know what's to come. I think I said that right. That's the spirit of Malcolm X. I'm gonna re-say that phrase because I want to say it right. I'm trying to think of, because this phrase is always in my spirit. If we know what is, and we know what's happening now, and we're very, very vibrant and very, very self-aware, we know what's to come. And we have to keep ourselves, and thank the great Malcolm X. That's his saying. That's something that when I heard that phrase, it just stuck with me. Now, again, ladies and gentlemen, I might have messed up the saying and the phrase, so you have to go back and listen to it. But I know it goes something like that. And that spirit keeps me, it drives me, it motivates me, as well as I take in the power from all my great teachers and my brothers and sisters out there. Even the ones that's just beginning. We all have started in that beginning stage. We can't beat up on those that are beginning and wanting to lift those around them. I'm not talking about myself. I'm just talking about those in general. Because it's some of us out here that are just starting, that really, really do mean well and want to make a better world for us. And I know there is a lot of more of us out there that are rising and are coming across, because you can't break the unbroken. Once we've healed and once we've got past the BS, there's no stopping us, especially when that great universe and that great mother nature has got their eye on us and protecting us. And we've all of my high vibrational brothers and sisters, salute soldiers and soldierettes. We've all experienced those wild moments to let us know that we're on the right path. That's why we can't be broken. So again, like I say, and if we know what is, we know what we got, we know how powerful we can be, we are very, very discerned, we know what's to come. So, it's not easy. That's why we have to, you hear a lot of teachers say this, we have to keep ourselves in a prepared mode. We observe, but we don't absorb. We have to be very, very careful what we take in. And I'm not talking about content creators, nothing like that. I'm talking about stuff outside of the content creators. I'm talking about stuff like TV, news, bad energy from music, how they keep us like some of these radio stations. They only play the popular songs. They don't play the real music. Uplifting, energy lifting music. And while I'm speaking on that, I want to go into an example. A lot of times, I do have a job. I always say that. And sometimes nothing against radio. Sometimes they do play good music. But one thing we all know, my high vibrational soldiers and soldierettes, salute. Our spirit does not lie. Now, I always assess people, places, or things according to my spirit. And y'all already know, I study impulses. It is very important. And for those that are having challenges, depending on what kind of challenge it is, study your impulses and you will come through with victory every time. And we always got to keep in our spirit, there are always going to be things that we don't understand. And something you've heard me say in past podcasts or videos, and this is something from the great Dave Chappelle. We can't see that elephant if we're standing too close, brothers and sisters. We have to back up and assess, not judge. And I'm going to go back to the radio. Now, the reason why I said all that, this ties in. And this is not just radio. This is a lot of things, propaganda, all the things that we see swirling around us. All this ties in to what I'm going to say about the radio, because I love music. So, and to just okay, for instance, one day I was listening to the radio and I'm just giving a description of the world that we live in. But this is just a small part of it. And it's just an example. Now I was listening to the radio one day, and this is at work, because I always play music when I'm at work. And, they'll play a gospel song, and 1 minute they're talking about, doing what's right and, and being with God and all those good things. Now that's good. But then I've heard a commercial will come on the radio, and then they're trying to promote Viagra. Okay, that's conflicting. You're playing a song that's uplifting, spiritual, and then you go to a commercial that's trying to sell Viagra. That doesn't make any sense to me. So the reason why I'm bringing this up, it's a small thing, but this is the little things that those with a high vibration, we pick up on things like this. Just little things, because our wheels are always turning, for those that are righteously awakened. And these are little things that we notice in our lives all the time. And then after the Viagra commercial, then a song will come on that has low vibration. See, I catch little things like this. This is why I don't listen to the radio. And I'm saying all this to say, be very careful what we let come into our spirit. The more I learn, the more we be on this walk, we will see that we have to be very, very careful what comes into our spirit, even if it's something small. Because remember, ladies and gentlemen, that small thing can fester and grow into a big thing. That's why I always talk about impulses, because that's the one thing that stopped me from a lot of opportunities in the past, connecting with individuals. Now, this is way, way in the past now. And that's what helped build a strong brother or sister, is even if you feel like you need to confront person, place, or thing, please, ladies and gentlemen, stop and think about it first. Because we have to know what to respond to and what not to respond to. And we definitely don't react or respond or absorb all this negative ass energy that's around us, because it can distract us, it can deter us, and we won't see the real in individuals, whether it's brother or sister. That's why we have to stay on point at all times, as well as we have fun. Because I know I can go pretty deep, just like a lot of us brothers and sisters out here. But I'm sure a lot of us have fun in our lives. And I want to put that out there, brothers and sisters. I know we have to be deep. I know we have to teach. I know we have to focus. But, just coming from me, and this is for myself too, let's try to have fun too, because that's another way of deflecting the bullshit. I'm talking about the bullshit. I'm not talking about challenges in our families and within our personal lives. We don't ignore that, but we have fun, because sometimes having fun is a way of deflecting the negative things. And to my brothers and sisters that's reaching and teaching out there, that's righteous and have the big platforms, I want to give you advice. Stop letting low vibrational entities trigger you. Don't even acknowledge them. I mean, like I say, some things we do have to respond to, and some things you have to expose. But ladies and gentlemen, sometimes, and this is out of love, and it is because I care about my brothers and sisters, because I don't like to see, because, like I've said before, it's brothers and sisters that I have heard speak send chills through my body. And I know they're strong individuals, but it's always some stupid, ignorant entity that sometimes kind of try to, get under an individual's skin. If I could just talk to one of my leaders, my brothers and sisters, because I have learned from some great brothers and sisters, and just don't let them antagonize you. I'm telling you, there's power in silence. I'm telling you, as bad as it might irritate you, it is best to ignore them. It is best, and they will, like T.I. said in the song, you ignore haters until they fade away. Only talk about the things that are positive, uplifting, educational, not the system education, but our ancestral education within our spirit. Because when we teach, when our brothers and sisters teach out here, I'm talking about our real genuines, the real ones out there that ain't taking no shit. We teach from within and out. The system education is only outward. And it's like, because I remember when I was in school, it's like only thing you learn is to make it through high school or go to college or get a job. There's nothing in there to teach you empowerment, to have you ready for when things do go south. That's the difference between spiritual education and the system education. Because we work with our teachers out here, my brothers and sisters that's teaching, like I said, we go deep, deep, deep within. We touch that shit that we don't think about, that's in our subconscious. And if you ain't awakened and you're not ready, it could almost confuse you or discourage you or scare you. but keep plowing through, because one thing I've known, when you come into one thing one knows, when you step into this power, when you really get serious, sometimes things will seem a little scary because we don't understand it, but we have to stay with it. And we can't let different things that we hear from different teachers, or what they do or whatever, I'm talking about the real ones, we can't let it deter us. See through what they're trying to do, because we can't always have those teachers to make us feel good all the time. Remember, you learn from a teacher, you only feel good from a preacher, because a teacher, you're learning something. A preacher, you just jumping up and down, ooh, thank you God, and you feeling good. Okay, now you feeling good, but how long will that feeling last? Now when you receive from a teacher and you really take in what they're doing and what they're teaching, it stays with you forever. And I go back to Malcolm X. Why you think that spirit is still in a lot of us? Because he taught, and he was real, and he played no freaking games along with a lot of our other black leaders that was either in the present time he was alive or before him. That's why their spirit is still alive today, because that comes from that realness. He was serious about what he taught and what he thought and what he meditated on. And that's how we have to be, ladies and gentlemen, because I'll say it again, I don't care what we try to hide inside, the universe is going to draw it out. And that should be enough to scare those that have bad intentions, because we all have been through karma, and we should know this. So I'm telling you, if you got bad intentions and you live in a negative, if you're negative every day, you're not having no purpose, I feel sorry for you. You're never going to get anywhere, and time is precious, especially these days. So don't waste it. And when you get on social media or anything we do in our life, try our best to make it positive, educational. We have fun too, because I love comedy. People don't even know I have a very goofy, funny side to me. And I love comedy. We have to do that. If we do watch a little entertainment, let it be something that'll still kind of lift your spirits, make you feel good. Like when I get off work, I love listening to comedy, because I try to think of things to make me laugh. We have to do that from time to time, because we always have to have balance. We laugh, have fun, we goofy, but at the same time, we ain't taking no shit, and we're teaching those around us, and we got our eyes open. We got that pineal gland open all the time, but not open to negativity, things or entities that are being toxic. Because if you're being evil and you're being toxic and you just downright rotten, you're not even a human being. You have now became an entity, because that's how the real brothers and sisters, soldiers and soldierettes, salute, are going to perceive you. Because once you're evil, you are no longer a person. You have an entity working through you. And where is this coming from, ladies and gentlemen? How does one know this? Because when we take the time to study and observe and learn and get past the stupid inner feelings that we have, we will notice those that are entities. So that's why we have to, stay balanced. If we have any inner feelings, I've said this before too, we deal with them. We don't run from them. And all that will do, go through our humiliations, and all that will do will just make us stronger. And you will be like, okay, all right. And and if you had a bad thought about someone, not saying I do now, I'm just making an example. You go to your great creator, because sometimes, like a lot of us that are on that high vibration and are really real about what we do, we get most of our thoughts, they come in the morning when we're fresh. That's when we see it, because we don't have no distractions as we're coming out of especially if we had a good rest and we've had a good night. Those creative thoughts, the great creator, Mother Nature, will download those thoughts into you in the morning. But guess what? Those bad thoughts will try to enter too. And that's when you stop. You don't say, why am I getting these thoughts? No, you stop right then and there. You say, great creator, stop those thoughts that are coming to me. I don't know where they're coming from. And if it was from me, forgive me and keep me focused. And that's something we have to do, but we have to take it serious. Don't take it as a floating on a cloud thing like I'm not saying all Christians, but how some Christians do. A lot of them are floating on this damn cloud and so oblivious to what's going on around them, especially if they're always codependent on a preacher and not looking within. Because I've come through that Christian system, but I've always had this, in the back of our minds, with those real brothers and sisters out there probably have too, have experienced this. In the back of my mind, I always felt like, something was missing. But I've always said I believed in God and not man. I always had that mentality. And, if people still, I'm sorry, I got to say this, if people are still worshiping Jesus, you're not going to get anywhere. I'm sorry, because I did a video on this. I even had it in my thumbnail. Jesus was the name of a slave ship. So for those out there that still worshiping Jesus, you're worshiping a slave ship. And if you do your research, a lot of boats, names that are in that Bible, a lot of them were names of slave ships. So do your research. So that's what a lot of you are really wasting your time believing in Jesus. And I don't even believe. I've been taught not to believe. Because again, and why is that? And I had a great teacher and I've heard a great teacher say this. If you want to know why a lot of us real brothers and sisters don't use that word believe, look it up. You will find out everything you need to know. Because believing is totally different from knowing. And that's what a lot of low vibrational Christians are doing. They believing in this Jesus and it's taking you nowhere. It's all a big fairy tale to keep you in a stupid state, so to speak. And, like I said, a lot of our high vibrational brothers and sisters out here, soldiers and soldierettes, a lot of us came up through that Christianity belief system. But something in us welled up and we was like, hey, something ain't right here. Our spirit didn't line up with it. And again, like I say, our spirits don't lie. I don't care who we are. Spirit never lies, because the spirit is just like instincts, intuition, discernment. It's all the same thing. But you have to listen to that spirit, even when we're dealing with, each other online or in the world. And when you really listen to your spirit, you won't jump off impulses, and you will overstand brothers and sisters, especially if they brought great, great value in your life. And that's something I want to tell my soldiers and soldierettes. Even if I haven't spoke to you, even if we're not talking, yes, I still watch videos and I still like videos and I even share videos. And like I told a great brother, I am your foot soldier for life, because along with a lot of brothers and sisters have really awakened something in me that I didn't know I have. And I'm sure it's a lot of brothers and sisters out there that feel like that. And that's brothers and sisters in comments or chat rooms, because I always got to reiterate, we got some powerful brothers and sisters that be in those chat rooms too. Because, channels I've been on, I've met some great brothers and sisters in those chat rooms. I mean, if you're positive and you're not narrow-minded, you can see things like that. And in comments, because you got some brothers and sisters that'll say a comment, you will look at it, be like, wow, that's dope. And if you're spiritually connected, you can literally, and I've done this, I've experienced this, you can be like, oh, what does that mean? Or what is that? Or what does that word mean? Or what's the definition of this? And you will literally go in the chat room or something, or a comment, and an individual that's really spiritually connected will answer your question. And that's how the great creator works. But we have to be ready to receive things like that. And it's amazing, And I sat back and I said, wow, it's some powerful brothers and sisters in these chat rooms. They're people too, and they have lives too. So, and I appreciate, that's why I appreciate all those that are on a righteous path. And no matter what happens along the way. Because in the end, we will all be with that great creator on the other side of the moon. And like I said in a recent podcast, the true warriors will be revealed. So just stay true, especially those in the beginning of self-awareness, the baby stages, is because when you in that place, it can be very confusing. It can be very, very challenging. I've been there. Certain things will confuse you, but like I said, don't give in to our emotions. We're going to have them, but we can control them. Don't give in to our impulses. Even, different ways we're feeling, look it up. You'd be surprised. Break things down, why you're feeling that. See where it's coming from. Because the moment we act off a negative impulse, especially if it's really bad and reckless, you just messed up everything, especially if it's really bad. That's why sometimes you have to pull back to stop yourself, and still show love and still be loyal. Because remember, it's an overall picture. We can't get stopped at stupid little petty things that's before us. We would never get nowhere. So that's why I say they, and we all know who they are. They didn't make us, brothers and sisters. That's why they can't break us. Only the broken can be broken. So know you're strong. Be strong. Don't just say you're real. Be real. Feel you're real. Know you're real. You despise being fake. Now we're going to make mistakes sometimes, and we don't always do everything perfect. But if we got a good, strong, righteous heart, and we really do mean well within, all the way to the pit of our soul, we'll be fine. And even if those around you, or person, place, or thing, don't overstand you, if you stay steadfast and you stay righteous, that great creator, Mother Nature, and the universe. I love saying that. It just sounds so powerful. I include all three forces. So, and eventually we will all come together. Because how does one know this? And other teachers have said this, and other brothers have said this. Whether we like it or not, especially if we're melanated, we are all interconnected. That's why we can feel things when we're not around each other. And we are off to a distance. That's why it's very important that we don't be fake. Because brothers and sisters that are real out here can pick up on it. So that's why I say, if you feeling inner feelings or feeling something that makes you feel discomfort, study it. Take the time. Like I said, if you have to look it up, Google it. I don't care. Study why you're feeling that. Look up definitions on different things we feel sometimes and why we're feeling it. And like I've said before, even dreams. I always tell everybody, Google your dreams. And I'm telling you, you do that, you will have a better understanding of just about everything. And it will help you with every challenge. And it also will help you to understand, individuals, person, place, or thing. I say that a lot. Because, and the reason why I do that, like I always tell you, ladies and gentlemen, we got to keep our vision big, huge. We have to look over things. There's things that need to be fixed in this world, and there's things that need to be done. There are children that need us. There are people that are broken that need us right now. There's people that are not having such a great time in their life. They're struggling out here, We got to remember things like that before we step into petty bullshit. Because the moment we do it and we have no remorse, we have just set karma for ourselves. And the more toxic it is, or the more reckless it is, the more, it's going to be harder to come out of that karma. So that's why it's very important. That's why a lot of us say, my soldiers and soldierettes, salute, reachers and teachers. That's why we always say it is so vital to study our behavior. And it's the gift that keeps on giving. Because we all have that power in us. Even those that are not quite there, like I said a few minutes ago. We all have it in us. You just can't be afraid of it. You got to reach inside and pull it out. So, and we all, we are the true heroes. Not this shit you see on TV. That's why you keep seeing me do podcasts of, because I love animation. And I used to draw at one time. You know what? It's amazing because a lot of us, have done art and similar things, especially if we're melanated. And I'm telling you, we can resonate with each other so much, it will almost seem like we're copying. But if you're deeply, deeply discerned, you will know who's inspired by you and you will know who's copying you. Sometimes we just resonate, especially in melanated people. We are that powerful. And I'm telling you, we are interconnected, whether you like it or not. It just unfortunately, we have those within our culture, brother or sister, that can be interconnected, but they don't want to connect. They're too busy trying to debate and see what the wrong they can try to find in individuals. So they'll alienate themselves. That's why I say, if I can just give advice to the, my real reachers and teachers out there that do have a strong, righteous platform, ignore them. Don't pay them any damn mind. Don't even speak on them. And they'll dissipate and disappear. Like I said, something I said on another podcast. Rebuke, and I'm not speaking biblically, because actually rebuke is not a biblical word, and it's actually in the Google, or it's in the definition. You can look it up. It doesn't even tie into Christianity or the Bible. It's a word by itself. Rebuking is a word. It's not biblical. So look it up. And it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't mention anything about the Bible or Christianity connecting to that word. Rebuking means to deflect. It means to stop. So that's what we have to do, ladies and gentlemen. Rebuke any negative, toxic energy at all costs. Don't let it come nowhere near us. And I'm talking about energy, not just from people, places, or things. I'm talking about even ourselves. That's why I always call down protection for ourselves. You guys will hear me say that, man, a lot. Because, oh, man, a lot of us say this so much. I hate to say it so much, but it helps me too. Because I don't want us to become our own worst enemy. Because that's a really, I really, it's heartbreaking to see individuals that have so much potential that let that part of them take over them. And you don't want to live your life in regret. You want to know you led a blazing trail of righteousness. We should have flames behind us, or we can fire those up that come behind us. So I say, my reachers and teachers, they didn't make us. I don't care what it looks like, what's going on. Like Dave Chappelle said, all they create is a very powerful illusion. That's all they do. So once we can know that and get past that, we off and running, and we will literally have victory. Because that's what we should be reaching for. Victory. In everything. And let nothing stop us. And like I said, nothing in this world can break you unless you let it break you. No, you stay resilient. You stay strong. We stand with our brothers and sisters. And like I've said, as long as they're righteous and they mean well. And we're always going to find little things that we might disagree with, but stay on path, overstand it, because we need tough love, I want to go back to what I said about Christians living on a cloud. If you're living on a cloud, everything's going to be fine. And then, it's okay to have that positive thought, but we got to be real and logical. We can't, we have to have our own thinking and our own mind, even if we are in this religion, whatever religion we're, I'm not in religion. So, but, for those that are, whatever, have your own mind, have your own spirit. Don't let others dictate your destiny, your life. This is your life. And welcome those that are trying to breathe life into us. And continue. And like I say, we learn from a teacher. We're a student, then we become a teacher. And like I say, we're all leaders. We're all leaders. Some of us just don't know we are. But you have to study. You have to receive. You have to listen. Because those that listen are the most intelligent. because there's power in silence momentarily, because sometimes we do have to connect with individuals, especially if we want to, raise those vibrations and join in with our other reachers and teachers that is sending that good energy out wherever you are. So again, they didn't make us, so they can't break us. Only the broken can be broken. So stay with it out there, and I'm with you. And again, no one to ever have to worry about this brother here, because I'm not perfect, but one knows one's heart. We can't lie to ourselves. So, and the great creator, Mother Nature, and the universe also knows our heart. So those that are being sneaky and hiding, you're going to be forever, you're going to forever be in that mental prison. So I call down protection on all of us, on my family, my children, my children's mothers, reachers and teachers out there, brothers and sisters all over the world, all brothers and sisters, even those that may not be quite there yet. I call protection on those, that they come into the light and see the real world for the way it is. And I'm not beating up on Christians or nothing like that, but a lot of you will come to that truth. And when you do, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to run from it? Are you going to stay with it just to stay comfortable? Or because you think you might lose things or lose friends? No, it's all about speaking that truth, even when it feels uneasy. If it's the truth, you stay with it. Don't be on that bullshit. And that's real talk, because that'll never get us anywhere spiritually, So that's my thought. That's my message. That's my real thought, and that's my positive thought. It can't break us. They can't break us. And, there are real things that's going on. Like I said, we can't live on that cloud where we think everything is sweet, because there are some real shit going on out here. But at the same time, some things are nothing more than a very powerful illusion. And I'm talking about from the weakest that be, because they have no power. They only have the power that we give them. Some things that they do, we shouldn't even fucking acknowledge it. But again, like I say, some things, need to be talked about, need to be discussed. Because again, we do have those that maybe are a little busy in their lives, and sometimes they're not aware. So that's why we always got to stop and smell the roses. And once we do that, we have just moved to another level. So thank those that join in to another EBX discussion. Those that do, I really appreciate you, and I thank you. And I thank those in the past that have interacted on my videos. Thank you. And real spirits recognize real spirits. And as long as I got breath in my body, I will always teach. Not preach, teach. And if I make a mistake, I will own up to it. I will always keep that accountability within my spirit, because it makes me feel good. It's a really good feeling when you're doing the right thing. So we must do that. They didn't make us, brothers and sisters. That's why they can't break us. So that's my thought. And may everybody that I'm connected to righteously, may you have peace in your part of the world, wherever you are right now. Salute.